But listen,
Respectfully, Your Honor,
Ms. Pugh, don't
when
speak
my
over me.
corporation
Ms. Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen, Ms. Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me.
Where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
You can go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
Alright guys, today we've got a strict judge going head-to-head with a clueless sovereign citizen who thinks she's above the law. This girl actually brought in a tiny piece of paper with the usual sovereign citizen nonsense, like she really believed she'd drop some legal truth bombs and walk out free. Spoiler alert, she's not. Honestly, I'm shocked she could even read that script. This one's about to get wild, so buckle up. Let me know in the comments what you think about this mess. Should we laugh, cringe, or both? Let's dive in and see how this ridiculous courtroom showdown unfolds.
Good morning. Are you Janetta Pugh?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the what?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the beneficiary of what estate? Answer my questions, please, ma'am. I'm just trying to understand.
Beneficiary of that estate.
Okay.
For the record, I recognize Ms. Pugh. She's been here before.
I do as well, for the record.
And I looked into Mr. Christopher Wiley. I can't find that person as a practicing lawyer in the state bar page, and I have not been contacted by anybody on Ms. Pugh's behalf.
All right, so Ms. Pugh, Mr. Lewis has been appointed to represent you at this point. Obviously, you know as well as anyone that you're in custody and we want to get your case taken care of. If you've hired or your family has hired another lawyer, then they have to contact the court so that we can do something with your case. And do you know if they've hired someone?
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree with your appointed foreign agents, considering that the first duty is to the state and will be considered conflict of interest. You know?
Okay, so if you don't want, the only thing I can do, I'm appointing an attorney to you to help you, right? So if you don't want a court-appointed attorney, then your only option, two things. One is to represent yourself or to hire a lawyer. So if you don't like the way it works, then you do something different. So are you, listen to what I'm saying. Are you either going to represent yourself? Or are you going to let Mr. Lewis represent you? Or are you going to hire someone?
Objection, Your Honor. Respectfully, is this a court of record?
It is a court of record. So your objection's overruled.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
It's right here. It's called an indictment. And Mr. Lewis has a copy of it and he can show it to you. So that would be the verified claim against you.
Okay. Your Honor, respectfully, Your Honor, there were writs that was filed to the case that still haven't been received.
I've received your petition for writ of habeas corpus and it's denied.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, I demand to be released due to lack of evidence of stated claim and not being given the proper opportunity to obtain proper counsel to effective defense.
It's overruled.
Okay.
You're running out, aren't you?
No, it's fine.
No, it is definitely not fine. This girl is making a complete fool of herself, and honestly, it's kind of entertaining. I'm really enjoying the judge's attitude though. She's just sitting there, calm and composed, patiently waiting for this sovereign citizen nonsense to burn out. It's hilarious because these people always think they've uncovered some hidden legal cheat code. But the truth is, the law just doesn't work that way. Saying "I don't consent" isn't some magical phrase that makes charges disappear. That's not how jurisdiction works, and it's been proven time and time again in court rulings. I'm honestly surprised this sovereign citizen can even read the script. Let's be real, that's a rare skill in that community, but jokes aside, I really want to understand how she even got to this point. What was her thought process? She seems like a polite person, she even says "Your Honor," but it's clear she's lost, just grasping at whatever she can to stay afloat. Let me know what you guys think about her. because I genuinely can't figure out how someone ends up this deep in the rabbit hole. Reading about sovereign citizen beliefs is one thing, but actually walking into court and trying to use that script? That's a whole different level. Let's dive back in. This mess isn't over yet.
So here's the thing, Miss Pugh. I appreciate your position, but listen,
Respectfully, Your Honor,
Miss Pugh, don't
with my
speak over me.
incarceration, respectfully, Your Honor, with my incarceration.
Miss Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on, listen to me. Everything you have there is overruled. And here's one of the reasons why, is because you have a lawyer. And your lawyer will file the appropriate motion. You're interrupting me again, which is disrespectful. So I'm going to leave Mr. Lewis as your attorney unless you choose to represent yourself or hire someone else. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to determine what you're going to do. You can go back. You can go back with the bailiff.
I do not agree or comply to your appointed.
Go back.
Agents.
You already said that, and that's overruled.
Duty is to the state.
Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
Yeah, that was definitely embarrassing, but hold on, because this story isn't over yet. Believe it or not, this sovereign citizen actually comes back for a second round, and don't worry, I've got that hearing covered too. At this point, the judge honestly deserves an award for patience. Dealing with someone like this is like arguing with a brick wall, except the wall thinks it has a law degree. Major props to the judge, though. She's staying calm, trying to make sense of this legal nonsense, and somehow keeping her composure. She's got a bit of a snappy edge, but she's also surprisingly patient, which is impressive. Let me know what you guys think of the judge so far. Personally, I think she's handling the situation like a pro. But who knows, maybe the next hearing gets even wilder. Let's go ahead and dive into part 2 and see if this sovereign citizen turns up the chaos even more. This one's not over yet, so stick around.
Perfect. So, Miss Pugh, Mr. Jeffries has been appointed to represent you. He's just been given, he's trying to get caught up real quickly on all the information and the discovery in your case. I'm going to reset your case so that he can get all of that. Once he gets it, he'll be out there to go over it with you, and we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date.
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree to comply with any of your appointed court agents, considering that their first duty is to the state.
I understand. We've had this conversation before.
Conflict of interest. And for your record, I'll be representing myself.
So if you want to represent yourself, there's some things. Ms. Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me. If you want to represent yourself, then there is a process that we have to go through, and we'll do that today if that's what you want to do. We'll get your case set for trial and we'll go forward that way. It is highly inadvisable for you to represent yourself. Lawyers have many, many years of training. They understand the law. They understand how a trial works, because here's what happens. When you're in a trial and you represent yourself, you're expected to know and follow all of the rules of evidence, all the rules of procedure. And so you're really at a disadvantage if you don't know those things. And so you have to do everything just like the assistant district attorney would. And if you don't, you're going to be in front of a jury and it's going to show, and it's just not going to be, it usually does not work out in your benefit. But I have to go through with you some questions first before we do that. And then if you still want to do that, then there's a couple of things couple of options, and we'll go over those as well. Okay. So I am supposed to ask you, I'm going to go through these questions. I need you to answer them if you want to represent yourself, because this is required. All right. So have you ever studied the law? Okay. Have you ever represented yourself before in any kind of criminal matter? Okay. Do you understand the charges against you?
I know we've been accused of.
Okay. And so do you know, and we've gone over before, I think, what the range of punishment is if you're found guilty on a jury? Do you know what that is? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me pull you up here. We'll go over that again as well. The date of that allegation is from June 22nd of 2021. And what that means is if you're found guilty, that the range of punishment that the jury could give you is between 2 years as a minimum punishment up to 10 years in prison, anywhere in between. Do you understand? And you answer out loud just for the record.
Do I understand? No, I don't understand.
What do you not understand about that?
I swear, I knew she was going to say that. I was literally predicting it in real time. Believe it or not, these sovereign citizens have started to infiltrate my brain. I'm honestly losing brain cells day by day just trying to break down their nonsense. It's exhausting. They're not just ignorant, they're straight up insufferable. And honestly, it's kind of sad, because a lot of them probably do have some mental health struggles, but beyond that, the real issue is how much time and public resources they waste. Courts, law enforcement, and legal systems have limited resources, and these people show up acting like the whole thing is a game. It's frustrating to watch. On another note, I was actually surprised this lady didn't bring her little script this time. Maybe her brief stay in county jail under actual legal jurisdiction convinced her to memorize it instead. But here's the kicker, if she insists on representing herself, she could be looking at 8 to 10 years. So let's go ahead and dive back in and see what her next move is. Because if she tries to play lawyer again, this is going to get even worse real fast.
I don't understand, Ron.
So here's the thing. If you want to represent yourself, by law, you have to be able to understand these things. Otherwise, I've got to appoint an attorney for you. So you can't just say, I want to represent myself because I don't like the attorney or I don't like the process. This is the process that you're in. You live in Texas, you live in the United States. This is the law that applies to your case. So what do you not understand about the range of punishment if you're found guilty? And I'd be glad to explain it.
I don't understand because I haven't did anything wrong.
That's what a jury's for, right? And so if you say you're not guilty, then you go in front of a jury and they determine after they listen to the evidence if you're guilty or not. That doesn't have anything to do with if they find you guilty, you understanding that they could send you to prison for between 2 years and up to 10 years. Do you understand that part? What are you, yes or no? No, you don't understand that. So, Ms. Pugh, it's my understanding, I'm not going to allow you to represent yourself because you don't understand the law and the process. So we're on question number 4 out of 15 that I'm supposed to ask you. So Mr. Jeffries is going to stay on your case.
I don't know when Mr. Jeffries on my
I don't care what you want at this point. You can't do it. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. I'm done. Go back with the bailiff.
It's not on my case.
Go back with the bailiff.
It's not on my case.
Welcome to the criminal appointment list.
Yeah, fun, Judge.
This was not meant to be any kind of punishment, I promise. So Mr. Jeffries, get ready like you would. Probably it's going to go straight onto a jury.
Right, I would
And
assume.
we'll just get it figured out that way. All right.
I honestly think this judge handled the situation like a total pro, 10 out of 10. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, but in my opinion, she did everything in her power to give this sovereign citizen a fair chance before finally removing her from the courtroom. Her level of patience was genuinely impressive. I probably would have lost it within the first 10 minutes, but she kept calm, composed, and professional the whole time. At the same time, it's kind of sad to watch people spiral like this. The judge really tried. She gave this girl multiple chances to explain herself and correct her behavior. But we all knew where it was going. These sovereign citizens are just stuck in a fantasy world. And to those of you who feel like you lost a few brain cells watching this, I feel you. I'm sorry. It's painful, but also weirdly entertaining. Watching them squirm under real legal pressure is like watching someone try to dance their way out of a locked room offbeat and absolutely going nowhere. You could literally see this girl's brain overheating while trying to come up with some nonsense answer to the judge's very basic questions. And spoiler alert, it didn't work. Let me know in the comments what you thought of how the judge handled this one. I'd love to hear your takes. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I post content like this every single day. Thanks so much for watching, and take care, everyone.